Most people think they know what their dog sees when it looks at them. An owner, a caretaker, maybe a friend. But what science has actually uncovered is something that will stop you mid-sentence. Because your dog is not just looking at you. Their brain is doing something that took 15,000 years of evolution to make possible. And once you understand what that actually means, you will never look at your dog the same way again. 1. Your dog does not see you as a human. They see something far more specific. Here is something that surprises most people. Scientists used to assume dogs saw us roughly the way cats do. Just another species they learned to tolerate. That assumption turned out to be completely wrong. Dogs did not simply adapt to living around humans. Over thousands of generations, they developed an entirely separate set of mental and social abilities designed specifically for us. No other animal has done this. Not wolves, not chimpanzees, not even our closest primate relatives. Cognitive scientist Brian Hare at Duke University spent years testing this. He found that dogs can follow a human pointing gesture and understand what it means. Wolves raised by humans cannot do this. Chimpanzees cannot either. Your dog reads the intention behind your movements in a way that is almost eerie, because it means their mind was literally shaped around yours. When your dog looks at you, they are not seeing a larger version of themselves. They are seeing the one thing their brain spent millennia learning to recognize. 2. While you are away, your dog holds on to you in every way biology allows. Most people chalk up a dog's behavior at the door to separation anxiety and move on. But researchers decided to look deeper. What is actually happening inside a dog's body during those hours alone? The findings were striking. A dog's stress hormones spike within minutes of their owner leaving. Their heart rate climbs. Their body enters a quiet state of alert. But then researchers played back a recording of the owner's voice. Stress levels dropped. Not for any human voice, specifically for the owner's. Scientists at Emory University then tested scent. When dogs were exposed to different smells, only one activated the brain's reward center, the region linked to pleasure, love, and positive anticipation. That smell was not food. It was not another dog. It was their owner. Your dog is not just sitting at the door waiting. They are holding on to every trace of you they can access until the moment you walk back in. 3. Your dog is reading your face more carefully than most people ever do. When humans look at another person's face, we naturally shift our gaze slightly to the left. Researchers call it the left gaze bias. It happens automatically because the emotional side of the human brain controls the left side of the face, and we evolved to read it. Dogs do the exact same thing, but only with human faces, not with other dogs, not with objects, specifically with us. Studies show dogs can tell the difference between a happy and an angry human expression, even in photographs of complete strangers, even without any training. They were not taught what a frown means. They were born wired to read it, so when your dog quietly walks over and sits beside you during a hard moment, they did not guess you were struggling. They read it in your face, processed it, and made a choice to come to you. 4. Your dog's tail has a direction, and that direction is a full sentence. Most people see a wagging tail and think, happy dog. Science says it is more specific than that. When a dog reacts positively, seeing their owner, greeting a favorite person, the tail wags with more movement on the right side. When they feel uneasy or uncertain, the wag shifts left. And here is the part that changes things. Other dogs can read it. Italian researchers found that when dogs watched videos of right-sided wags, they stayed relaxed. Left-sided wags caused their heart rates to rise. The signal is automatic, instinctive, and completely invisible to most owners. Tail height adds another layer. High and fast means confidence. Low and slow means appeasement or uncertainty. Your dog has been sending you detailed messages every day. The language was just never translated for you. 5. There is a chemical reason you are the center of your dog's world. In 2015, a study published in the journal Science caught global attention. The finding was simple but staggering. When a dog and their owner made eye contact, both showed a significant spike in oxytocin, the same hormone that floods a mother's brain in the moments after birth. The bonding chemical. Your dog looks at you and their brain releases what it uses to bond with the most important living thing in its world. And when you look back, yours does too. Pull that thread back to everything else. The evolved face reading, the scent recognition, the stress response to your absence, the tail vocabulary. And you start to see what it all points to. Your dog did not stumble into your life and learn to put up with you. Every part of their biology was shaped over thousands of years to find you, to read you, to bond with you. When they look at you, they are not seeing a human being. They are seeing the one presence their entire existence was built around. They see you, not your job title, not your mood that morning, not the version of you that is tired or stressed or running on 3 hours of sleep, not the you that snapped at someone in traffic or forgot to call back or felt like they were falling behind on everything. They see you, the constant, the familiar, the one presence their entire nervous system was built to locate the moment you walk into a room. And here is what makes that so extraordinary. You did not earn that by being perfect. You did not earn it by never raising your voice, or always remembering the walk, or being endlessly patient on the hard days. Your dog did not sit down, run a quiet checklist of your qualities, and decide you qualified for their loyalty. There was no audition. There was no trial period they were secretly grading you on. The bond was not conditional. It was biological. It was written into them long before they ever met you. Think about what that actually means. Somewhere across 15,000 years of shared history, the ancestor of your dog made a decision, not consciously, but in the slow language of evolution, to pay closer attention to one particular species, to learn their faces, to read their moods, to feel calm in their presence and uneasy in their absence. Not because that species was the strongest creature on Earth, not because they were the most powerful predator or the most reliable protector, but because something about that closeness was worth everything, worth changing for, worth rewiring an entire brain for, worth passing down, generation after generation, until it became not just a behavior but a need. And the result of all that change, all those thousands of years of quiet evolution, is sitting in your house right now, waiting by the door, lifting their head at the sound of your car in the driveway before you have even turned the engine off. Settling into sleep only once they can feel you nearby, following you from room to room for no reason you can explain and no reason they could either, except that being close to you is simply where their brain tells them they belong. Most people spend their whole lives wondering if they truly matter to someone, wondering if the people around them would notice if they disappeared, wondering if the love they receive is real or just comfortable habit. Your dog already answered that question. They answer it every single day, in the way they press their head into your hand without being asked, in the way they check on you when you go quiet in another room, in the way they position themselves so that some part of their body is always touching some part of yours, in the way they look at you, not through you, not past you, directly at you with that calm and steady gaze that somehow feels like more than just an animal looking at a person. Because it is more than that. Science proved it. That gaze triggers a flood of oxytocin in both of you simultaneously. The same chemistry a mother feels holding her newborn child for the very first time. Your dog looks at you and their brain responds the way a human brain responds to the most important person in its world. They are not doing any of this because they were trained to. They are not doing it out of habit or hunger or because you control the food bowl. They are doing it because you are the thing their brain releases its most powerful chemistry for. You are the scent their reward center lights up for above everything else, above food, above other animals, above anything the world puts in front of them. You are the face their eyes evolved specifically, painstakingly, across thousands of generations to read. So the next time your dog looks at you, really looks at you, that long, quiet gaze that holds just a second longer than you expect, do not look away too fast. Do not brush it off as just a dog being a dog. Understand what is actually happening in that moment. Understand that their brain is doing something ancient and specific and profound. Something it only does for one thing in the entire world. Something it only does for you. And to them, that has always been everything.